Hi there. Importing data from an Excel spreadsheet into a SQL database can be complicated. Some might try to write a script, others may buy specialized import tools. In this demonstration, I'll show you how simple it can be by using simply Excel and an interface to your SQL engine. Let's start with this very simple example. So I have demo data here that I have downloaded freely from the internet. And we can see that we have 5 columns that we want to insert into our database. So there are a few ways of doing this, but the simplest way is really, first of all, to add a row at the top. This row will represent the column names that we will see in our database, and you will see in a moment why I will be doing this. So I'm putting in here some column names. So the units sold and the year. Sale year. Now the next step is really to start at the first row of our Excel sheet, and we're going to start by typing in a standard insert or update statement. In our case, it's an insert statement, and we're going to use some variables right now, and you'll see that it's going to be very simple to replace them afterwards. So I write it in the language that I want. In my case, it's for MySQL, but you could customize it to make it compatible to any other engine. So I have 5 columns, so I'm going to insert 5 variables for column names and values. And then, as you can see on the top of the Excel sheet, I will replace the values for the columns that I have. And to do that, I'm going to simply write the Excel syntax, which is the ampersand, and I will fill it. If I press enter right now, I'll get an error, but I'll press enter right at the end, and you'll see that it's going to work out quite nicely. So I'm just copying and pasting this throughout. And then I'm simply going to select my column name and put a $sign in front of the row number so that when I copy paste this row, it will not change the column name or the value of my database. So I'm typing everything here, $1, and then I will type in the A3 value, and then I can simply select them like this. So what I'm doing is that I'm concatenating the values from these cells into a global string. And there you go. As you can see, I have the correct information displayed. Now, what I can do is simply copy this insert statement, and you see that it updates all of the values. I can now copy this, scroll down to the bottom of my sheet, paste it, and there you go. I have approximately 700 insert statements created automatically. The easiest way to copy all of those statements is really to select the column, copying, Control C, and then into the database interface, which I've created here. You see that I have all the column names, and I will notice there's something special about the numbers, and we'll run into a little problem, and I'll show you how to correct this. So let's paste all of my queries, and notice that I've had to put a semicolon at the end, very important, so make sure that semicolon is there. Then let's run this. Now, what we're seeing for an error is things that you might see once in a while, is that the format of a number is not correct. It should be a dot, not a comma here. So what we will do is come back to our Excel spreadsheet, and then we'll have to change this comma to a period. I could do them one by one, but I will do a global search and replace. So I will replace the comma by a period and click replace all. Now it replaced the 36 lines, that's okay. And maybe they're not seen as numbers anymore, but we see that the important part is that our insert statements are correct. So let's start over, copy that once again, go back to our SQL Engine database, paste it, and then we simply run all, and there you go. All of the statements are executed, and if I go see the and I refresh my interface, I see that everything has been inserted correctly into the database. Similarly to the problem that we've seen with the comma, you might see a problem once in a while with an apostrophe. So the easiest way to correct this, so let's put in a few examples. The easiest way to correct this is really to do the search and replace once again. So this time we will replace the apostrophe by a backslash apostrophe. Do a replace all, and you'll see that the SQL statements are now valid, that the apostrophe is protected. So I truly hope that you learned something interesting in this demonstration. So thanks for watching.